I'm Sydney Salazzo, Manager of North America Channels at Rockwell Automation. And here with me today, we're going to be talking with several ladies that are involved in a great organization called the Mind Research Institute, as well as one of the users of their products. I would like you to introduce yourselves first. So Karen, if I'd start with you, please.
Sure. I'm Karen Wu with Mind Research Institute. I'm the Executive Vice President and Executive Director of Social Impact.
I'm Becky House. I'm the Senior Vice President and General Counsel at Rockwell Automation, and I'm also a very proud member of the Board of Directors at Mind Research Institute.
And Brenda?
And I'm Dr. Brenda DeMar Williams. I'm principal of Amelia Earhart School. I am proud principal of Amelia Earhart School. We are a neighborhood school on the south side of Chicago.
Well, thank you all for being here today. Karen, I would like to start with you. Could you tell me a little bit more about Mind Research Institute? What is your mission and what is your organization's goal?
Absolutely. Mind Research Institute is a nonprofit organization that started 22 years ago through researchers trying to figure out how the brain learns and apply the knowledge to creating a program that would enable all students to learn math. Math, as you know, is something that can be a barrier to STEM careers. So in looking at the lack of diversity and accessibility to strong math education, we created a program that is achieving just that at scale.
That's wonderful. And Becky, I know you just recently, as you said, joined the board of directors at Mind Institute. Why was that organization important for you? And why is Rockwell involved with organizations like Mind that are supporting STEM technology?
Yeah, well, Rockwell's community involvement program is really focused on 4 areas. The first is STEM education. The second is diversity and inclusion. The third is talent engagement. And finally, it's disaster recovery and relief. And so when you think about our goals, what Mind is doing in terms of their focus on math education and math education that works, it really aligns with the top 2 goals that we have as we look at really wanting to drive the expansion of opportunities out into our communities and for every child to have access and the ability to engage in really great math programming. So for us, it was an easy connection. And when we started our partnership back in 2016, it was to enhance their footprint and make sure that they could reach more students.
Yeah.
And then more specifically in our own backyard, right? Our global headquarters is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we have a really great established relationship with Milwaukee Public Schools. And our work with Mind has allowed us to partner together and expand ST Math into a couple of our neighborhood schools that we support, which has been really great. And then we found opportunities to do more and expand, again, in alignment with our focus on STEM education and allowing all children to participate with the Math Mind games that they created and rolled out in south of the Sahara that rolled out last year, which has been exciting. And then we could supplement our programming and our work with our partner schools to sponsor family math nights. So for us at Rockwell, it was really finding an organization that was committed to something that was near and dear to our hearts and trying to build out that ecosystem of great partners.
Well, you mentioned some of the products in what you were just describing, Becky, and why we're so involved with this wonderful organization. Karen, can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys are showcasing at Automation Fair this year? And I got a chance to go over there and meet some of the students and just their obvious love of this product that you have, the ST Math. Can you talk a little bit about what you have over there?
Yes, the students are just so amazing. Actually, I feel like they're the stars of the show. A lot of adults have come over and just to check out, and they're engineers, and they're so impressed by these students talking about ST Math and how the program helps them learn visually and conceptually, really deep conceptual understanding of math, which allows them then later to do more rigorous math that will allow them to become hopefully engineers and scientists and so forth. The Math Minds games that Becky mentioned was actually due in large by their support of experimenting with how to engage families. Yeah. So we started off with just doing family math nights and bringing in volunteers, playing games that were mathematical in nature to get the fear of math, not just out of the kids' hearts, but also out of the parents' hearts, which is also a barrier, for families to get engaged. So our new program, which is called Math Minds Games, South of the Sahara, showcases the origins of math in the south of the Sahara historically, which is where we have found the oldest artifacts of math is, from the south of the Sahara. And the students, when they read about this, they realize, wow, math is everywhere. Math is not just for the smart kids, and it's not just from the United States or, really advanced countries. It's from everywhere. and we need to learn about this, and we can have fun with it.
And more practical applications of it, right? You're going to need this for your entire life, but make it more fun and interactive. Now, Brenda, you're as an educator, you have some of these programs in your school. Can you tell us a little bit about how does ST Math support your school's STEM goals?
Well, we're actually have been recognized as a STEAM school.
Oh, it's STEAM, yeah.
Which includes the arts.
Yeah.
But ST Math is infused in our school totally, as far as our math is concerned. So students in K through 8th grade utilize ST Math. They're able to use it in school and at home as well.
So they can supplement at home.
Yes.
What changes have you seen since bringing ST Math into the school, specifically around interest in developing that tactic?
Children being able to think where they can understand that there's, as far as math is concerned, it shouldn't be something that you are afraid of, and that with the ST Math, it's not easy for them. And I think sometimes we try to make things easy for our babies, but so you can't take a calculator, you can't take a paper and pencil, so you actually have to use your cognitive ability to figure out where Gigi is going.
And as you said, it doesn't just end in the classroom. It's something
Yes.
they can supplement with at home. I know my children would love to work on something like that versus the flashcards that I make them do
Yes.
every single day.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. And you've really seen a big impact as a
Yes,
result.
and we also see the students that really go through the program, and so we make sure that they have a certain amount done every quarter. So by the time we then get involved in WEA testing or IAR testing, we see that those student scores are much higher.
So a dramatic increase in
Yes.
bringing this
Earlier,
program.
I was talking to Dr. Williams, and she mentioned that she believes students need consistency. Children need consistency. So something unique about her school is that she has ST Math from, is it first grade or
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten,
Yes.
kindergarten all the way through 8th grade, and all of them do it, and they know that they're going to be expected to complete it. And in order to be in her achievement, group, they
Yes.
really have to meet their goals. So the children that I have met here, the students who are here showcasing ST Math, have just blown me away. They're not only strong academically, they're well spoken and so confident in their problem solving.
Some of the best
ability.
salespeople we have out there, I think. Can you come work some of the other booths with us, please? So, Becky, one other question for you is how does Rockwell's involvement with organizations like the Mind Institute impact the workforce pipeline and trying to get more people interested in STEM-based careers?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in terms of building out an ecosystem, and I think it's really important, right? We do that as part of our business proposition, right? A lot of what we see here at Automation Fair are our partners, and it really is a thought process that says, the best ideas don't come from the four walls of any one organization or any one company. And we want to partner and build relationships with people who have amazing ideas, effective products, so we can build out an ecosystem to surround not just students, but to facilitate lifelong learning in the STEM area, right? We're doing our Academy of Advanced Manufacturing with Manpower and training returning veterans. So how can we build out an ecosystem of programs and leverage the skills, the talents, the ideas, the reach of people who are just as passionate as we are? So I think building that out and working with partners is just critically important for us to really be successful and to move the needle in this area.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Maybe asking you, Karen, what are your hopes for the future of STEM education as we continue on this journey? I'm sure you guys have a backlog of ideas that you want to try. What are your hopes for the future?
That's a great question. In working with the students here, and the reason why I even joined Mind Research Institute, it really is close to my heart. I want to see all students have access to great math education so that math never becomes a barrier for them to choose whatever career they want to choose. Whether it's in STEM or anywhere else, math is such a part of building confidence, and I have two daughters, and that was part of the holdback for them, to feel confident in their learning and in their problem solving. So as I'm here, and today I was just telling Becky, one of the students, female students for Dr. Williams School, came and said, I'm so glad I'm here. We need more girls in STEM.
All right.
And I couldn't agree with her more. We need more diversity. We need more girls, and we need to support them. And the foundation starts with math education.
What about you, Becky? What are your hopes for the future?
I think it's really similar, and it's breaking down the barriers and making sure that all children have access to quality education in ways that is interesting and intriguing, and that we don't have barriers, right? The diversity piece of it, and so our reach into more schools and more students, and making sure that we can make a difference and set a really solid foundation. But then the other piece of it is it doesn't stop there, right? So some of what Brenda's doing in her school and making sure we've got it going through 8th grade, and it needs to go beyond, and to really facilitate that agility and that lifelong learning, and an understanding that things aren't static, but kind of that appetite and that drive, and setting the foundation early really facilitates the ability to have many more options and opportunities throughout their career.
Absolutely. What about you? What about you, Brenda? What are your hopes for the future?
To make sure that the students continue to have exposure, because this is all about exposure.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. And if you want to learn more about the Mind Research Organization, you can go to mindresearch.org to hear about Mind Research Institute, any of the great products you've seen today. They have some test drives that you can do. So if you want to experience what ST Math is like on your own, go to their website and check it out. And thank you guys for joining me. That was very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We live in a world inspired by curiosity. Once you start wondering how things work, the possibilities seem endless. How are these cookies made so perfect and so delicious? How are crayons made in every color in the rainbow? How does a robot learn, and how will that make the world better? Answering these questions with our customers is what we do. At home, at work, or building the next generation workforce. At Rockwell, we're proud to be part of your everyday life and to deliver on what's possible for tomorrow. We make the world more productive, intelligent, and connected. And we don't stop at how. We wonder, what if? What if we could find innovative ways to treat diseases or protect workers far underground or miles out at sea? What if we could feed 10,000 hungry bellies a week, or millions? Our job is to help industrial companies and their people be more productive and the world more sustainable. At Rockwell Automation, wonder turns what if into what is. And that's expanding human possibility.
Hi, I'm Sydney Salazzo, Manager of North America Channels at Rockwell Automation. And here with me today, we're going to be talking with... Hi, I'm Sydney Salazzo, Manager of North America Channels here at Rockwell Automation. And Rockwell Automation has had a long history of involvement with the FIRST organization, from both our financial contributions to our own employees volunteering their time as coaches, mentors, and judges. Here with me today is a all-girls, female-only RoboChicks team, a FIRST Tech Challenge team, as well as our STEM ambassador from Rockwell Automation, Jay Flores. Cindy, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Cindy McLinn, and I'm a teacher at St. Joan Antietam High School, and I've been coaching the RoboChicks since 2010.
Awesome. And Carla?
My name is Carla Jimenez. I go to St. Joan Antietam High School. I've been on the RoboChicks for 3 years now.
And you're a junior now, or
I'm a senior.
You're a senior now, okay. And Jay?
Jay Flores, I'm our Global STEM Ambassador and a huge fan of the RoboChicks.
So, Carla, maybe let me start with you. You said you've been on the team for 3 years. How did you first get interested in wanting to be part of the FIRST Tech Challenge team?
Oh, well, I've always had a passion for engineering and everything that came in with the STEM field. So I knew ever since I was in middle school that I wanted to do something greater with engineering. And as soon as I found out that we had a robotics team at my school, I right away jumped into that my sophomore year, and I knew I wanted to continue this up to studying as a major.
Okay, so you're thinking about this in the future as
Yes.
you graduate and move along to college. Wonderful. And Cindy, you started the program at the school, right?
Yes, I did, and it was kind of nice because I had a former student of mine was an engineer at Rockwell, told me they had sponsorship, and said she'd be willing to mentor. And so she and her husband have been mentoring us ever since for all of these years.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
wonderful.
been wonderful.
And what development have you seen as the girls when they maybe first start out as young ladies and joining the team, and then through the years as they build up their experience with the RoboChicks? What have you seen them change as a result?
They start out just really shy, especially the ninth graders don't want to touch anything, they
Yeah.
won't do anything. By the time they're seniors, they are so well spoken, they know everything what to do. I can just sit back and let them run, and I do. I let the seniors run
They-
the team.
You're supervising there,
Yes.
there for
Yeah.
supervision. Carla, I know there's not a lot of females involved in the FIRST organization in general, right? So you probably don't go to compete head to head with a lot of all female teams. Do you think that makes it harder for young ladies to be interested in robotics?
I think up to a certain extent it does. I think it is intimidating for some females, but I think diversity is very important. So us being an all-girls team, we are able to promote that and be able to say from experience, we know that it is not as intimidating as it is. It's more challenging, but it's something that will work good for you in the future.
And as we were preparing for this, I heard there's another school that you guys kind of collaborate on pretty closely and work really closely with, but that's mostly male robotics team. How's that interaction look like between your team and their team as you're trying to troubleshoot and solve these challenges that you're given?
Well, I think it's just a combination of different skills. We come from different backgrounds, from different experience. So just being able to integrate both of them and just combine and work well with each other, I think that was one of the key points. And just working
So
together.
you've got a great relationship now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Jay, can you tell us a little bit about Rockwell's involvement with FIRST and our army of mentors out there, and how we're using our employees who are all engineers to go and help further this organization?
Absolutely. So we give in various ways, as you mentioned, whether that be in-kind products, also cash donations, but I think the key aspect to the relationship is the mentorship. It's our opportunity to help develop the future generation of engineers that are going to solve a lot of the big problems that we're facing. And it's also even a development opportunity for a lot of our mentors, and a good opportunity for them to do something that's great for the future of the organization, but also a part of their development. And you see it in this case in particular, where you had a former student who's now working for Rockwell, giving back, and potentially inspiring other future Rockwell engineers at her school.
What is the time commitment to be a FIRST mentor, and are there other things that they could do if they mentor maybe is too much? Is there other things they could get
So
involved?
I think there's some people that catch the first bug and it becomes their life and they
Yeah.
love it and all that, and it becomes a family thing. But there's all different types of roles, from something that's a 1 or 2 day commitment as a judge or a volunteer at an event where you just maybe give one weekend every year. And then there's something all the way up the scale to the full-term mentor that is really
Mentor,
passionate
coach.
and is there with the students more often and more of a time commitment. But there's definitely all kinds of ways. And you don't have to be an engineer. The teams run themselves as small businesses, and they need help in all different aspects.
Well, that's wonderful. I wish you the best of luck in this year's challenges for the FIRST Tech Challenge. I hope the RoboChicks do it again and win and whatever.
Thank you.
And if someone wants to learn more about starting an organization at their school or about Rockwell's contribution, where should they go?
Yeah, I think for our Rockwell employees, you can head to our Yammer page, and for those who may not work at Rockwell, firstinspires.org is a great resource to start getting that information. There's all kinds of information on what it takes to be a mentor or volunteer, or if you just want to find an event in your local area, they're all free and open to the public, and you can go see what it's about before you commit to any type of volunteering or mentorship.
So go check out firstinspires.org to learn more about events near you, opportunities to volunteer, and how to get involved with great organizations like this. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.